Hello everyone. This is going to be a little explanation video of the new Berserk Abridged series that I'm making right now. Kind of a little bit of some explanation on what I have planned, what's going to happen in the future, kind of what I'm trying to do with the whole thing. I don't have a script for what I'm going to say, so I feel like that it would let me be a little bit more genuine with what I'm going to say, but I'm going to try to edit it because I sometimes have a hard time coming up with what I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm working on a Berserk Abridged series. I've already scripted 10 episodes, which whenever I release the episodes, that's going to give me enough time to script the rest of them. I apologize for the quality and maybe some things going on in the background. That's not going to reflect how the production of the video. It's just I have a little bit of a limited resources at the moment, but I hope that will change in the future. I originally had planned that it would just be I would start out with a pilot episode, but with some real life things going on, I figured it would be a lot better to just go ahead and start production now rather than later, because I'm actually my girlfriend is actually pregnant, and I work a full-time job, and I wanted to go ahead and get at least 1 or 2 episodes out there before the baby gets here and everything. I'll just go ahead and say I'm 19 years old. I live out on my own, and I'm just trying to make it out here. You know what I mean? Like, it's times get hard, but I do have some free time on my hand. And even when the baby does get here, I will still have some free time, not a lot, but I'll still have some. And, I will be working on Berserk Abridged as much as possible. I plan on finishing the whole series. It probably won't be 25 episodes. It's going to be shortened down a little bit, but the difference between my abridged series, other than, HBI 2K and that other guy, I forgot his name, is like Wagons guy, Wagon Wheel or something, I don't know. There's some differences. So with HBI 2K, I feel like his is a little bit dated. I'm not gonna say it's bad or anything, because he's a good content creator, but it was literally made probably, I think, 10 years ago, if I'm not correct. Or if I'm correct, I've watched a couple episodes, and I honestly believe that he voiced every character, which I find it makes it hilarious in and of itself. But I've kind of tried to stray away from watching them because I don't want it to influence mine. Now, the other guy that I was referencing before, his is good. I've watched, a couple clips here and there. His is good, but I feel like he's going more of the route. He's following the storyline, but I don't feel like it's a full abridgment. So, well, I guess a full abridgment would be just a very, very short piece of the work. I guess mine would be classified more of a fan dub, but I am still doing the lip flaps with a bunch of editing, and the episodes are shortened down. But with my main goal with Berserk Abridged is I want you to be able to watch Berserk Abridged and still get the same amount of information as you would whenever you would watch, the original series Berserk. And I feel like that's just, I've watched Berserk for a long time now. I've been a huge fan of it, and it's just, I don't know, I don't know what has compelled me to want to make one, but I really, really do. It's like a passion project for me. I've edited a bridge series in the past. For one reason or the other, they have never really came to fruition. Most of the ones that I've edited have either been edited and not released, or edited and deleted, which is very unfortunate because I don't really have anything to show my work. But I will actually throw some of my work into the description, what I do have out there, and it's just a little short video with my friend Saddle Daddle. He's actually my real life best friend, and we're both really, really passionate about the projects that we're working on, and he's working on a Sonic X fan dub, which I may make a video about later on, kind of promoting it, but right now I'm kind of talking about Berserk Abridged, but he's a really awesome guy, and you guys should go check him out. But yeah, Berserk, I just plan on doing so many things with it. So far, the scripts are, I think are very, very funny, and I've put a lot of effort into them. Like I've put a put it in terms, I've put a shit ton of work into them, and I hopefully I believe that the work will all pay out, and everybody will be able to watch it and enjoy it. What I plan on doing is releasing the episodes, and of course production is going to be slow at first, mainly because I work a 40-hour job a week. I work all throughout the week and only get the weekends off. But in busy season, I work sometimes 7 days a week, 10-hour days. And what I hope to do is maybe by the 5th episode that comes out, maybe start up a Patreon, not to be able to just completely live off of YouTube or Patreon money, but I hope to be able to make enough to supplement my income where I can find me a different job where I won't have to work as much. Now, that's not to say that I'm doing Berserk Abridged because I want to quit my job or anything. It's just I really want to work on Berserk Abridged. It sounds, I guess it sounds a little bit immature, but I don't want to be working a job that takes this much time out of my life, my whole life. I just want to work on things that I enjoy, and I want to also be able to live. Now I'm the only one working in my household, so me working or me earning money is pretty much the most important thing, because my girlfriend is on bed rest, so I'm the only one that's supplying the money. But I'm also working while also putting a lot of effort into a Berserk Abridged. I plan on opening a Discord for not only for voice actors, and because I feel like that would be a better way of getting in touch with people, but also for Patreons who donate, a certain amount, can get access to the private Patreon where, they'll be able to talk to us and everything. I might sound kind of bad. I don't know, because there's a lot of things that I do have to plan out, and a lot of things that I do have to, take into account. I don't want to sound conceited, by saying that, but I just feel like it's a good way, it's a good way to let people interact with us, not only through YouTube, but also directly. Because personally, I don't know how big Berserk Abridged is going to get. It could, just be, we get maybe 500 subscribers, something like that, something really small. Or, it could build into something big. I'm not planning on anything, ginormous, but I'm kind of just preparing for, maybe something bigger in the future. I plan on putting as much time and effort into Berserk Abridged as I possibly can. Like I said, I've worked on a Abridged series before, and I back when I used to work on them, it was years and years ago, so I was a much younger and much more immature, and I didn't have as much responsibility in my life, so I just kind of, just did everything willy-nilly and not really all that. I took a lot of things for granted and gave up too soon on things. And Berserk Abridged is not going to be one of those things. I've decided, even my girlfriend is supportive of it. And my friend that I've mentioned before, we're both very, very passionate about the projects we're working on. I had to think it out and say, I'm going to do this. It's just a thing that I'm going to do, and I hope people come along with me on this journey, because it is really going to be amazing to see, more people enjoying Berserk, because I feel like any extra content that could be going towards Berserk is good content. Berserk is just one of those series that it is one of a kind, honestly. Like, there's nothing else out there like it. It's Berserk is just one of the, in my personal opinions, one of the greatest anime of all time. Now, the production quality of it is, that, to say the least, is not that good, but it could be worse. You could look at Berserk 2016, but yeah, Berserk, like, in terms of writing, especially the manga, is just like, is genius. Is amazing. There's so many aspects of it, and so much psychological things to it that just baffles me. It's just so amazing. And to say that, I also I understand those subtleties to this story. I understand the connection between each the characters, and I plan on writing them to those connections. I don't plan on changing, like, I haven't changed too much of each character's, to each character's personality, but I have changed it. I feel like that it makes it, in order to make it more comedic, I have to change it a little bit. And, not going to spoil anything, some of them I've pretty much just, like, amplified it by 1,000. Just made it really, really dig it in your head that, hey, this is how the character is. I know I'm rambling, but I like I said, I just want to be a lot more genuine with it. I don't want to, just script it out and just sound like a robot. I want you guys to understand that, I'm a real person. I'm not just some, I know you guys know I'm a real person, but, like, I just want you guys to know that I'm approachable. I'm not just some guy that thinks he's some professional. I'm just a guy that has a really big passion for an anime and wants to make a full abridged series of it. Now, as I'm saying that, I do realize that abridging is kind of dying. I realize that. I know not that many people are that big into a bridge series, and really the only one that gets as much, light as it used to is Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Which, god damn, that's an amazing abridged series. I'm not trying to blow smoke up their ass or anything, but it's really one of a kind as well. And probably one of the ones that has inspired me to remake Berserk Abridged, because, as I've said in this in the description of the casting call, I have tried to work on a Berserk Abridged series before. It was one of the first Abridged series that I ever tried to make, and with lack of experience and lack of just knowledge of how to run a proper project, I failed. I did fail. I wasn't able to do it, or I was able to do it, but I just quit prematurely, and I just didn't want to take on the responsibility at the time. But now, over time of maturing and growing up, I feel like I'm able to run a successful project and actually lead everyone to a successful project. I hope you guys are ready to follow me on this journey. And, for anybody that does get cast, or anybody that does, that does join the project, it's going to be done into its entirety. It's going to be done until episode, the ending. So I hope nobody, I hope there is nobody that, auditions, gets the role, and then kind of just dips out or just drops off the face of the earth, because that'd be kind of shitty. But yeah, like, it would disappoint me, especially if it was a very, very important character like Guts or Griffith. get to episode 10 and have to recast, and that would be very, very bad. Yeah, with all of that aside, I'm happy to be working on this project and actually happy to actually making this into fruition. So I guess that's all I really need to say. So I guess this will be it. So bye, guys.